And so I'm going to use about 4 cups of nuts. It depends on what you want to use. I'm going to use almonds, pecans, and cashews. And so I'm probably going to use a cup and a half of almonds, a cup and a half of pecans, and then 1 cup of cashews. These are all raw nuts that I bought. So that I bought them at a bulk store. That's 1 cup and a half of almonds. I'm going to use a cup and a half of pecans, 1 cup and a half. And I'm going to use a cup of cashews. So I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. So these nuts are a little sweet and savory because there's some rosemary in them, some salt. So I'm adding the 1 tablespoon of dry rosemary. I'm adding a tablespoon of erythritol. So if you don't want it sweet, don't add the erythritol, but I do. This is kind of like a holiday spice I'm trying to do here. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon. A pinch of nutmeg, like that much. Nutmeg, and then the salt. About half a teaspoon of salt. I'm just sprinkling it in, eyeing this up. I want to add more salt later, I will. And I think that's about it. Now, if you want to spice it up, you can add a little spice to it, like cayenne pepper or chili pepper flakes. However, I don't want to. I just want to keep it simple because this, if you're gonna make it for a party, you don't know if somebody can handle spice or not. So for this, I'm gonna leave it just sweet and savory. So you're just gonna mix it up. Make sure everything's well coated. And again, with this recipe, if you want more rosemary, you can add more rosemary. If you want it sweeter, you can make it sweeter. Add other spices to it. You can add oregano to it. You can, if you want a curry powder, you can add that, or chili powder. You can add that. It's up to you, but I find if it's sweet and salty, these are good flavors to mix. I don't know about sweet curry powder. So that's why I'm just sticking to this. Very simple appetizer, something to put out when you're having guests over with a little spoon so they can grab it instead of using their hands. And that's it. So you're going to put this on a baking sheet. You're going to bake it in a preheated oven at 350 for 10 minutes, and then you're going to stir it and do another 5 minutes. Should be on the middle rack of the oven, and then it'll be done. Very quick and easy. Again, another quick recipe, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes total. Get it done. So I'm going to take out my baking sheet. Spread it out evenly on the sheet so that every nut gets in touch with the baking sheet. And again, I'm using an old baking sheet because I like the rustic sheet. I don't mind if it gets charred up a bit. I want my nuts to get a little roasty, charred up. And that's why I'm using an old baking sheet. I'm not using parchment paper. If they stick a little bit, that's fine. It's a rustic looking appetizer. you want it to get charred a bit. If it does, that's totally fine. So in the oven they're going, and I'll be back when they're done. Woohoo! This is it. Look how nice they look. Nice and roasted, glistening with the olive oil. Oh my god, I can't wait to dive in. I've already tried one, even though it burned my mouth. But it is very beautiful, sweet and salty, just the way I like it. And so I serve them in mini bowls out on a buffet table, on a side table, when I'm having people over, and with a spoon so they could take some and put it in another small side plate, or in the palm of their hands, or a cocktail napkin. That's it.